This video was one that I been working on and I had to kind of like put in perspective, but I'm already with it. It's about Frankie Valli, talking about his career was linked to the Mafia. And it really ain't surprising or shocking, and not just because he's Italian or nothing like that, nothing cliche, but the era he came up in. Um, and the story is, I think his guitar player had some depth to the mob, so that was one of the reasons. But Jersey boys and coming up through there, and he said he really didn't really think none about it. And a caretaker that was involved, and a lot of the artists went through it. I mean, the industry was ran by it. That's not a surprise or shock. I mean, if you listen to the terms, hits and bullets, and the way they say certain terms, uh, it loans itself, obviously with payola and everything else. But and he also had a recurring role on The Sopranos, if you remember, and other things. And he's ran it like a business as such. He wasn't much of a songwriter on those songs, but he had access to the royalties. So that's some old, gangster moves that he did. But it's not a surprise. He man enough to admit it. A lot of times people like to lie and act like they don't know what you're talking about with some of these notorious cats that ran, the industry. But it's a known fact that any forms of entertainment they had on the world and had understudies, and that was part of it. Just like when they used to run Vegas. Well, the artists would come through there. It's not a shock or surprise. It's not a shock or surprise. It's just one of those things that you just want people to tell the truth about it. And he's just leveling off about what they meant, because it's probably been normalized for him, as long as he's been alive, and, that he's partook in the different things. And so, of course, they're helping out with your career. They're making sure that you get bang for your buck. I mean, it's just part of the culture. So it's just sort of one of those things where, he's, you know, making good on different interests because it plays a big part with, what's partaking in it. And he just was like reflecting on how I'm sure he used them for muscle as far as like, getting played and sponsors, because you need all the ads that you can have. I mean, obviously, when you're in a business that you don't know the ins and outs about it, and someone's there to kind of, smooth out the jagged edges for you, I think you might take them up on it or two. I think you might. And it's not a surprise or a shock that that's something that, he was called upon or that he had, people to do because they are very much in concert with one another about stuff. So, it wasn't no shock or surprise. I think I laugh when I hear some of the good fellas, some of the cats act like they don't know what you're talking about when you talk about the industry. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I'm glad he admitted it because I knew all about Brunswick Records. There was an episode, ironically, on The Sopranos where Tony Soprano's character jammed up some hip hop cats. But Brunswick Records with Jackie Wilson and Shy Lights, they were ran by cats that were doing this. So it's nothing new. It's just that people don't talk about it. Morris Levy. If you read the book Hitman, you get all the information you need to know about the mob and the music business and how it's been going on. And I still think there's some going on with the streaming too. There's something about that with those numbers being as they are, but it's all connected. It's a lot of politics involved. But Frankie Valli did acknowledge this though. But please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another share if you like. Hit that membership, stay safe, stay well, stay best, stay woke, stay free, and know your paperwork and your trails. I'm out one time. Peace.